Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another episode of Hearts of Iron 3 with the Total Realism Project mod. This is Keeves and we're playing as Japan. The year is September 1944. We're still at war with the Soviets. Last episode, we cut off a large group of Soviet troops here, and we're trying desperately to hold them back. It's a really iffy plight, and I don't know how well it's going to work, but we're going to try either way. I found that during this playthrough, I do want to make a mention though that I'm actually not. This is a post-recording audio. Something happened with the audio for some reason, and the audio didn't work, so I'm recording it after the fact now. Um, so this video recording I've done a number of weeks ago, and this audio recording I'm going to do. Well, I'm doing pretty much the day that I'm going to put it on the YouTubes. So it is what it is. So if you've been paying attention to my YouTube channel at all, you might realize that I've been doing some Hearts of Iron 4 playthroughs as well. And yeah, it's really neat because I've been playing a good portion of Hearts of Iron 4 the last few days. It's nice to kind of sit back and look at Hearts of Iron 3 again. It's quite a big difference. That's a kind of an understatement. Not just graphic fidelity wise, but just looking at how easy it is to manage things manually on Hearts of Iron 3 in comparison to Hearts of Iron 4. It's like night and day. I still haven't gotten used to how Hearts of Iron 4 tries to push you into playing automatically, like the setting up the battle plans, letting it do it automatically. Maybe I will do it a little bit more that way. I'm not sure, but yeah, watching this Hearts of Iron 3, just the ease of control over your units in comparison is just, it's like night and day. Anyhow, enough about that. If you watch my uh, channel, you probably listen to me bitch too much, obviously. But right now, this play that I tried to do here, the strategy of cutting off the Soviets, was a big gamble, very big gamble, because there's probably a full army group in that pocket, and I was hoping to possibly, cut their supplies off and then just clean them all up. Um, but it doesn't look like it's going to be the case. Uh, so it was a pretty big gamble, and I can't remember if it's this episode or the next episode. You'll see me running my ass off of trying to get away because there's no way I could hold this line. And it has to do mainly with supplies. The supplies on that line in the Urals there is just so thin. And there's so few supplies going there. Trying to keep your organization up and holding that defensive line is tough. It's very, very tough. And I was surprised, actually, this part right here in the Caucasus, or, well, I don't know if that's directly the Caucasus, but, in southern Russia there, I'm surprised I didn't have more supply problems there, actually, because when you think about it, it's the supplies are coming from or they're supplied from Shanghai. The entire army is supplied from Shanghai, and that's a long land route. That's a long land route. It's long to the Ural, but it's especially long to that other line that I have going there. And I'm surprised they just like, nope, no supplies at all. Throughput, yeah, you don't even get throughput anymore over here. I wonder if, yeah, I'm not really exactly sure how it worked when it came to them getting supplies or not, but yeah, these guys out here in eastern side of Russia on that eastern front, had supply problems nonstop, but the guys out in the Western Front are doing just pretty much fine. And I think there's only one division that's having actual supply problems. It's funny how that is. Um, but the main goal of the Western Front is to ease the, um, I guess, ease the line of the Germans so they could push towards Moscow, because I can't get to Moscow from where I am. Moscow is a good like 20 or 30 provinces north of where I am, and my line's starting to get pretty thin already over there on that Western Front, so I'm just trying to push up enough to ease that line so that the Germans can throw more bodies at Moscow and actually grab it. But the AI in Hearts of Iron, not just, well, yeah, the AI in Hearts of Iron has a tough time with doing offensives properly. It's it's not too smart. And when you think about AI in strategy games, like, I haven't actually played a strategy game where the AI actually is smart. Like, it either cheats or it's stupid, kind of thing. It's how it feels like. The only leg up that most AI has over a regular player is that it can do or make decisions immediately. So if it wants to produce something, it just produces it. It doesn't have to open up a window and fucking start doing it. It just pops up and starts doing it, right? So it saves itself so a little bit extra time that way. It's almost like it's a physical or an actual player who has everything on keybinds and memorized every single keybind there is. So he can just be like bloop 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 bloop. I'm gonna make 10 of those and just like keybinds everything, right? That's about the only thing an AI has over an actual human player. I haven't actually played a game where I'd say the AI was actually smart, like truly smart. It feels like all the AIs have been pretty dumb, to be honest. And it's kind of funny how that is in the gaming industry, because you have games that increase in scale and processes. Like, they can do more processes and they can have better graphic fidelity and they can have all these different things. But when it comes to AI, the AI we have now is not much different than the AI from like fucking like the very first AI. AI is not something that's really been advanced. Um, Not really. Like, there's been small little changes to AI here and there, but it's not something that's really been advanced in the gaming industry. You know, early video game AI is very similar to the AI we have now. And it's funny how that is. And I find that even in some games, the AI even just becomes dumber. Um, well, let's look at, as a prime example, the Total War series, right? Um, I'm using this as an example because I played all of them pretty much from, the very first, from Shogun, right? The very first Shogun, Total War, all the way till, because I think Shogun was the first one, right? It was Shogun, and then Medieval in Rome, and then, yeah, I think Shogun was the first one. Anyways, um, if you look at the AI from the very first Total War game to like Rome 2, I haven't actually played Warhammer Total War, but it feels like the AI in Rome 2 was dumber than the AI like 10 years previous. Like, it's like it actually took a step backwards and made even dumber decisions. And it's not like the AI in the first Rome was any good either. It's just that it felt like the AI was even more stupid. It doesn't make sense. So I guess we're yet to find. I feel like I've yet to find games that have actually challenging AI, but it is what it is. It is what it is. Not really overly worried about it. I guess everyone nowadays is pretty much knows that AI is AI, and I guess that's why multiplayer gaming is so big, right? A lot of people love playing multiplayer, like MOBAs or MMOs or um, you know online FPSs like uh, Overwatch or um, Counter Strike or Planet Side or those kind of games. And the reason why those games are so big is that you know there's not really much challenge to an actual player when it comes to AI. They're very predictable. So the only way to really challenge somebody who's really big into video games or really wants that challenge is to go against other players. Because against, yeah, video game AI, you're not going to get it unless you're playing like chess or something. I don't know. Your chess AI is pretty damn good, but they have very strict and um, yeah, very strict rules. So it doesn't really surprise me. So yeah, on this line right here, what I'm trying to do is ease off that front for the Germans. Um, but the Germans just don't take the initiative. Like I've probably eased off what 10, 15 provinces for them. So they don't have to worry about me. They just have to worry about the Germans, or sorry, the Soviets, and they still haven't been able to capitalize on it. It's just frustrating because here I am on this side of the line trying desperately to hold off these Soviets with really poor um, supply lines and all this other stuff, and the Germans can't even move forward, the suckers. But it is what it is, right? Um, yeah, I like right here they managed to get through. I get to push them back soon here to to cut them off again, but because of the poor um, because of the poor what's it called supply lines that we have there, it's really hard. Like it's pretty much impossible to keep them really at bay. Like really, really at bay. So it's tough. It's a tough go. And here I am. I'm trying to desperately hold them back. But yeah, like I knew coming into that it was going to be a big risk though. I knew that like trying to hold those Russians back was going to be a big risk, and yeah, the risk didn't really pay off so too much. But it is what it is. They will get their comeuppance. They will get their comeuppance, suckers. I don't know if that's the best way to put it, but yeah, I will, I will come at them. So, One thing I am interested in though is, and I don't think I've ever really asked this of the watchers, the subscribers who keep an eye on this playthrough. What is your favorite country to play as, and why? Right, in Hearts of Iron. Who do you really find to be a big challenge, or not just big challenge, but somebody who you enjoy to play as? I can see that Germany still is right against Moscow, but still hasn't grabbed it. So yeah, um, I'm actually curious. Put that in the comments below. Tell me what your favorite country is. I'm really enjoying this Japanese playthrough. It's really fun. Uh, but probably my most favorite playthrough that I've done so far has been that Hungary one. That one was great. Um, that one was a lot of fun, start to finish. There was like, because there's so many different things that happened. I don't know if you've ever watched that Hungry playthrough. I do suggest if you like watching a Hearts Iron 3 playthroughs from start to finish and you enjoy that kind of thing. That's one I definitely suggest watching because there was a lot of things that happened that was completely like blew my mind. Like it was just craziness, right? Where I grabbed a huge portion of land from the Allies as Hungary in the uh, the Persian Gulf. I had all this land that I grabbed from them, and then just out of nowhere, Germany puppets me, which then dumps all my land holdings in South America and then shoves me into the Axis. And it was just like it was a black ice event that happened. Oh man, it drove me nuts. But I had a really big there was a really big Allied invasion in Turkey, which was a lot of fun fighting them back. Um, and then I invaded what was it? I invaded Great Britain, which was a lot of fun. That war start to finish was pretty good. And yeah, I don't know. It was a good playthrough. I really enjoyed it. There was a lot of big fights, a lot of good battles, and a lot of straight up killing. This one has been really good start to so far as well. I'm really excited to see how it goes. But yeah, we'll see. I did one playthrough. I think this was before I started recording any of these playthroughs. Like I did one as Canada, and I took out, just by pure luck, I managed to grab Germany. I landed in an invasion force right when the Soviets were coming in, and I just beeline to Berlin, which made Germany surrender to me, and whatever Soviets didn't grab, um, it was mine. So it kicked off their surrender, which gave them, a good portion of the German mainland just became mine. And that was pretty awesome. And then I just wandered down, and if you have Germany, it's pretty easy to take out Italy at that point. So I just smacked Italy around, got their land as well, and I was neutral. I was completely neutral at the time. So this was like it was an early war as well. It was like 1942 when I did this. So then I just turned around and I built up a little bit, and then I went to war with the States and invaded the States, and that was a lot of fun as well. So I don't know. That was a pretty good playthrough too. I really enjoyed that. But that one I didn't record. The one I did record as Canada was okay. That was okay. But I feel I feel that that one was I was early. I was very early at doing YouTube recording, so it was very hard for me to um, pay attention to what's going on the screen and talk. because when you're doing YouTube stuff, it's actually kind of hard to remember to speak that somebody else is listening to you, and you have to be somewhat entertaining. And I'm not very good, as you can tell, I'm not very eloquent with my words. I have to really think about what I have to say when I'm saying stuff. So when I was doing those recordings there with my Canadian playthrough that I have on YouTube, a good portion of that was just silence, lot of silent gaps because I just had a hard time thinking and talking at the same time. When I did the Hearts of Iron 4 as well, because the game is so new to me and I'm trying to figure it out. I'm kind of the same way with Hearts of Iron 4. It's tough for me to think and commentate at the same time. So the YouTube is doing YouTube videos is making it better that way though. Like I'm getting better at being able to say what I want to say. Um, Sometimes, I guess. Sometimes I just sound like a fucking idiot though. Yeah, me and words, we're not the best of friends yet. Me and the English language. So yeah, Germans still haven't done that. Um, just a minute ago, you saw that two units there got pushed back on that line between the Soviet bubble, their bulge, right, and the line that we had to try and cut them off. So two units both are on retreat, and there was nothing I can do to really close in that gap. So I don't think it's going to be this episode, but I think next episode you're going to see me working on a tactical withdrawal, trying to get those units out of there because, yeah, they're going to close that gap and they're going to start surrounding things and everything's going to, like, trying to hold off that ball just didn't work. It didn't work at all. So we are pushing up here, and those battles are all going quite well. Um, it's going to be a lot better uh, when the Germans can actually get their shit together and invade Moscow, though. I bitch a lot about the Germans, but they deserve it, honestly. It's been this long. It's 1944, damn it. They can't, like, the Soviets that are getting attacked on multiple fronts, and they can't even get into Moscow. Like, Jeez Louise, man. Get your shit together. I think I have Stalingrad, don't I? Do I have Stalingrad? Um, I don't know. I don't see. Yeah, I haven't seen that, but I'm pretty sure I'm the one that has Stalingrad. I might be wrong though. Actually, you know what? No, I don't think I do. I think the Germans managed to grab Stalingrad. They took that prize. Suckers. So yeah, right here or pretty soon here you'll see. Um, yeah, like both those units there are in retreat, and that'll be bringing a two-province gap um, that we wouldn't be able to grab or take back from the Soviets. So things are kind of looking a little bleak on that line. Soviet troops are just pushing hard into our lands, grabbing province after province. But it's okay. We'll make it. We'll be able to do it. I believe in us. I believe in us. Yeah, they still don't have Moscow. Not even close. Um, I know this is a little late in me saying this, but what the fuck was Hitler thinking of invading Russia in World War II? Like, was he just that insane? I'm really actually curious because he was at war with pretty much the world at that point, and then like he was at war with France. Yeah, he capitulated France. That's great. Um, but he was in war with Britain. Uh, I don't think no, the States didn't get involved yet at that point. But the States was pretty much playing the silent war, sending a whole pile of supplies and all this stuff to the Allies. So he didn't even invade the United Kingdom yet, and and he decides just out of nowhere to like, hey, let's take on Russia. What was he thinking? You know, like, when has an invasion of Russia in any course of history ever been good? Ever? I don't know what he was thinking. Like, I am not a tactician, but pretty sure the Mongols are pretty much the only guys who ever did well in Russia. That was about it. I'm pretty sure everybody else who's wandered into Russia to invade and take it over was like, just had a shitty time. And if you've read any kind of book of any kind, you would have known that. Alright, the US just joined the Allies. Forgot about that. So I was just checking to see if we were at war with the United Kingdom yet, but we weren't. It's good to know, though. So I have this massive defensive force, many garrison units on these ports on China there, but they're not really doing anything. It's funny how that is. They're kind of useless. They haven't defended a port once. Well, I guess they defend by keeping the oppressors from trying to invade. And with that, they are the defense. Maybe that's it. I don't know. But there's a few ports that are wide open that don't have defenders. I don't know. I think it's just common tactic to just make sure you have defenders on your ports, even though there's ways around that. There's many, many ways around that. Anyhow, I think this is probably a good time to end this episode. I want to thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If you like this video, please hit the like button. In the next episode, you're going to probably see my units in full retreat on this eastern front, but it's going to be fun to watch. So if you aren't subscribed, make sure you do that to watch me run away with my tail between my legs. And I always appreciate you guys' feedback and comments, all the crazy shit you have to say, so don't forget to put that in the comment section below. Thanks again for watching. Until next time, Q's out.